boundaries but not our soul. Have you forgot the famous lines of Ulysses? How dull it is to pause, to make an end, to rust unvarnished, not to shine in use. So, let's drink life to the lees. My dear students, this situation will be changed very soon. So, engage yourself with various kinds of creative activities and keep patience. Give more time to your family, near and dear ones. And most importantly, study at your home because today or tomorrow you have to face your exam. My dear students, welcome to English class with me. I am Khaleda Yasmeen Sweety, lecturer, Department of English, Dhaka Mohila College. I am before you with my second class on Preface to Shakespeare, written by Dr. Samuel Johnson. Let me inform you about the outcome of today's class. Today, we'll learn about the merits of Shakespeare's writings, but we'll start with the content of Preface to Shakespeare. Okay, let's start. So, my dear students, the content. William Shakespeare was born in 1564 and died in 1660. Was an English poet and playwright, widely regarded as the father of English drama. His plays were criticized by Samuel Johnson, was born in 1709 and died in 1784. In his book Preface to Shakespeare, he starts his preface by saying that people like works of writers who are dead and neglect modern writers. The content of this book can be divided into three parts, in which, in his preface, Johnson firstly considers the excellence of Shakespeare, then turns to his defects and then defends him from his violation of three unities, that is, unities of time, place and action. So, now we will discuss about the excellence or merits of Shakespeare. We divided the merits or excellence of Shakespeare in 12 points. So, the first point is representation of general nature. Shakespeare is more than anyone else a poet of nature. Here, nature means internal nature of human beings. Human being, through his works, he reflects life. Second, his characters have a universal appeal. Shakespeare's characters do not belong to the society of a particular place or time. They are universal, representing every man. His characters have a universal appeal. They act and speak by the influence of those general passions and principles which are experienced by all mankind of all time. 3. Shakespeare's greatness does not rest upon individual passages. It is because of this universality in the portrayal of characters that Shakespeare's plays are full of practical axioms and domestic wisdom. Number 4. The dialogue in his play is based on the actual conversation of people. Shakespeare's dialogue is thoroughly realistic. His dialogue is persuaded with much ease and simplicity, and it seems to have been taken from the common conversation of human beings. Number 5. Theme of love is not overemphasized. It is a majority of the dramas of other dramatists. Love is the universal agent that causes all good and evil and hastens or retards every action. Shakespeare never assigns any exclusive role to this passion in his plays. He catches his clues from the world of day-to-day life and exhibits in his plays only what he finds in life. Number 6. Every character is distinctly individualized. Shakespeare's characters are individually delineated or definable, but it is easy to distinguish one from another. In other words, there is no blurring of characters. No character shades off into another. Number 7. A realistic and convincing portrayal of human nature. Shakespeare's characters are not exaggerated. He does not give us purely virtuous or utterly depraved characters. Even when the plot requires a supernatural agency, the tone of the dialogues of various characters is lifelike and realistic. Number 8. Shakespeare deserves praise because his drama is the mirror of life. His characters expresses human sentiments in human language in situation derived from real life. In his characters, we find all the qualities of us like love, hatred, lust, anger, greed, sympathy, etc. So when we see the character of Shakespeare, we find ourselves easily as we find in a mirror. Number 9. Shakespeare's emphasis on general human nature has invited censures and hostility from some critics. Johnson answers that in reality Shakespeare assigns nature a prominent role and gives less room to the accidental features. He is careful of preserving advantageous distinctions. His story or plot may demand romance or kings, but what Shakespeare thinks about is the human element in them. The objection of these critics on these issues merely proves their petty-mindedness. Number 10. Mixture of tragic and comic elements is defended. Johnson agrees in the strictest sense that Shakespeare's plays are neither comedies nor tragedies. They are compositions of a distinct kind which show the real state of nature. Shakespeare's genius is proved in his power to give rise to joy and sorrow through the same play. Almost all his plays have serious as well as absurd character and thus sometimes causes seriousness and sorrow and sometimes levity and laughter. Number 11. Appeal from role of criticism to the reality of life. Shakespeare's practice in mingling the tragic and comic elements in the same play is contrary to the role of domestic writing or dramatic writing. But roles are not more important than the claims of realism. There are always an appeal open from criticism to nature. The object of literature is to give instruction by pleasing the reader. 12. And the last one, Shakespeare's natural genius for comedy. Shakespeare wrote his play in accordance with the natural disposition. He did not know the rules of dramatic writing. Raymer correctly tells us that Shakespeare's natural disposition lay in the direction of comedy. In writing tragedy, he had to toil hard, but his comic sense seemed to have been written spontaneously and with great success. Comedy was indeed congenial to his nature. So, my students, that's all for today. We will meet in the next class and discuss about the demerits of Shakespeare's writings and the violation of three unities. Till then, stay home, stay safe, stay blessed. Thank you.